Good morning, period one. So today your objective is to finish your presentations. And I want to briefly go over what's required in your presentations once again, so you have a full understanding of what I'm looking for. They will be turned in. Remember, one person turns it in if you're collaborating. So it's a file, it's a URL file. If it's a Google Draw, you just turn it in on Canvas and click on the Google tab, and you should be able to locate it. So once again, going over the requirements. You want to introduce the topic. The topic is about how Native Americans have been impacted. So that should be some type of introduction on whatever document, whatever movie, or whatever product you're creating. You want to introduce the topic. Next, you want to talk about Native Americans in the movies. If you're able to get URLs, you could put the URLs in. That shows me that you've actually done some research, and I could click on those and find that you've done research about how Native Americans were portrayed time in movies. And I would suggest look for movies made in the 1950s, 1960s. There is, if you type Hollywood stereotypes of Native Americans and on YouTube, you should be able to find a lot of clips about Native Americans. Also, territory loss. So I'm looking for images and graphs, and then you explaining, like, what does it show about how Native Americans, the amount of territory they've lost in the 1800s or maybe the 1900s. When you go to the reservation life, you're looking at what is life like today on reservations? What are some of the difficulties and hardships that Native Americans have living on reservations? The news events, I'm looking that you find two news events, one's from Newsela and one's from a current event. Use images, describe and briefly what's going on. Once again, show that Native Americans have been impacted. There's all kinds of examples. There's Native American pipeline on the Lakota reservation. There's a lot of different things that relate to Native Americans that you can find on Newsela. Use of mascots, once again, using images, how sports teams might use the mascots and what are the Native Americans' reaction to that. And finally, a primary source, which you need to describe how it's impacting the Native Americans. So once all of that's done, and you put your slides together. Now, if you're doing a recording, I'm going to ask that the substitute allow you 10 minutes only to get the recording done. So you're going to go outside, stay within the confines of the right around the classroom, and you only have 10 minutes to record. So that means you should have a script all done, ready to go, so it's recorded. Once you've turned that in, because you should be done halfway through the class, or maybe with a little time left. When you are done, you want to go to the next assessment, and that's called this will be called Native American Assessment. And this is what this file is here. You and your partner are going to collaborate on that. So that means one of you is going to click on the link and you're going to share it with your partner. This requires you to listen to music and look at the lyrics. And you have to explain 5 lyrics. And right here it shows you example how to do that. There's a video of how to do this. Okay, so 5 passages from here. You need to explain and show images that, what does this mean? Like, for example, if it says come out, no use in hiding, can you show or use some historical evidence that actually happened? Lay your arms down, maybe that relates to treaty. So if you click here, you're going to get a better example of how to do that. This is actually due on Wednesday. So this is an assessment, a 5-point assessment. So altogether, you have 10 points that are due within today and on Wednesday. So I hope it goes well with you. If you have questions, just email me.